You know, people now talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, for sure.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Mavericks, Deron Williams out there with Felton. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Charlie Villanueva. And it's Pachulia in at the center position. It's blocked, and they get it back. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Boozer, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Kendall Marshall comes in for Cannon. And Dallas also making a switch. McGee's checked in. Talking about Jaja's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
He really, you know what, Coach Kidd loves Jaja. He even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthews. With a break in the action, let's see which teams have come away with the most steals in the NBA this season. Second, the Mavericks.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Now, here's Marshall. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Sampson kicks to Noel. Just 5 on the clock. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Mavericks trailing. Williams with the ball. A 20-point game for him in the win against the Rockets in Houston.
And 3 blocks on the game as well. I mean, he was going all out and making plays defensively.
Now here is McGee. The kick out to Williams. Boozer with the rebound. Pachulia the pass to Williams. Outside Felton. Outside Williams. Second chance shot. And the rejection by Noel. No one near Felton as he lets it go. The 19-footer is on the money. Felton's got 5 points now in the quarter. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Marshall dishes to Noel. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now here's Matthews. Felton with the ball. Guarded now by Marshall. Outside Williams. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Matthews, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Looking at Dallas, they took that win in their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
The 76ers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Stauskas kicks to Sampson. Pass to Stauskas. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Marshall can't hit. The 76ers struggled last year, but it was mostly due to their offensive issues, Greg. At times, they could be okay on defense.
No doubt, Kevin. They've got a good group of rim protectors, and they also knew how to force turnovers, but they have got to improve offensively.
The big change last year for the Mavs came when they traded for Rajon Rondo. It looked to be the missing piece for him, Clark, but boy, it just never seemed to come together.
You just don't know. Trades are always risky. You don't know how they're going to work out, and I give credit to ownership for talking to the players to see what they thought about the trade before they actually made the deal.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. There's the dish to Thompson. And here's Covington from the arc. Another miss by Philadelphia. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
And things just didn't really work out with Rondo here with the Mavs. Missed a lot of games and at times clashed with that coaching staff.
Now here's Felton. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Rockets in Houston. Off target from the wing. The 76ers trail. And here comes the break. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist from Covington. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
And, you know, they said it was the injury, but you have to suspect the Mavs just shut him down in the playoffs. They took a big swing and missed with Rondo in acquiring him, but I think you have to give them credit for at least taking the risk.
And so it's Dallas with it. 76ers getting the bucket. Williams kicks to Nowitzki. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Nowitzki's got his second bucket. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
And I think they can hold their heads high from that performance, you know, despite the final score being what it was.
I agree with you. I mean, it was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, and they were in it right until the bitter end, so that's good stuff.
That free throw, no good. Well, the city of Philadelphia has had some tough fans. There's no doubt. You know, we've seen them boo Santa Claus. You can imagine, Greg, how they felt about this Sixers team a year ago.
You know, the Sixers were going to be in trouble from the very start of the year. A lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to boo. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league last season.
But they've got hope, Greg.
A lot of young talent. Maybe this is the year it starts to materialize.
Philadelphia with the ball. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. There's the feed to Okafor. And here's Covington from the arc. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Nowitzki, the pass to Matthews. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Allen Iverson's checked in for Philadelphia. And for Raymond Felton, last year was nothing short of a disaster. Missed the first 31 games with an ankle injury sustained in preseason. And he played for a poor team. And things, you know, Greg, being the leader, the ball handler like you were, they just never got much better for Felton as the season went on.
Yeah, the problem when you have that issue early on, the season isn't going to wait for you.
Right.
You know, you're basically in catch-up mode, and so because of that, he never got into any kind of a rhythm when he was available to play. And that's not surprising, given that he averaged less than 10 minutes a game for the season after averaging 33 a game for his entire career.
Philadelphia with the ball after the missed three from Raymond Felton. Nowitzki against Okafor. He dishes it to Covington. And it's Okafor at the elbow. Here's Iverson. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. No good off the back of the rim. Mavericks trail by 6. Matthews into the lane. Outside Felton. Iverson against Parsons. Matthews dishes to Parsons. From outside the arc. But they'll get another chance. Back to Matthews. Takes the three. The Mavericks rebound. Here's Powell, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
And he makes the first.
And, you know, getting back to Raymond Felton, it looked at one point like he would become the league's next great playmaker. Drafted 5th overall in 2005, immediately after Darren Williams and Chris Paul. Felton never quite reached the stratosphere of his fellow draft mates.
Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Now here's Iverson. 20 points for him last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Cannon can't hit.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Parsons with it, now defended by Grant. And now the 76ers on the break. And Cannon gets it to go. Cannon's got 5 now.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Now here's Parsons. He's got 5. Iverson outside. He kicks it to Cannon. Passes to Grant. There's a screen. Puts up the baby hook. Can't get it to go. And it's Dallas the other way. And here is Felton. He's got 9. 56 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Parsons. And he can't bank that one in.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Here's Cannon. 5 points in the game. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Noel's checked in for Robert Covington. And Dallas with a change here too. Darren Williams checked in for Matthews.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here's Felton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Williams for 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Holmes, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And so we wrap up the first half. 76ers on top, up by 10. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. Some nice stretches of basketball from them, and at one point, they pushed the lead up to 7. In the second quarter, they imposed their will on the game and built a 10-point lead at the half. And if things continue to go the same way after the break, they're threatening to run away with this one. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
You know what, Ernie? I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.